Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video we're going to test some new Primark foundation. So it's not just foundation, I've got a concealer and a powder to test out as well. So we're going to be trying the Longwear Radiant Matte Foundation. So this is in the shade 132 Neutral. I think I might have bought like a too dark foundation here. Maybe when I bought it, like, this was the lightest one available, but considering like with the other shade names that I've got in this basket, this one seems a little bit up there. I have got another foundation here. So this is in the shade 111 Cool. So I think that's like the lightest one you can get. This is the Longwear Natural Luminous Serum Foundation. So you can tell like a little bit of a difference there, but it's fine, we will work with it. So I think it's interesting that they're kind of like doing cool and neutral, you know. I don't think they do like every kind of shade in neutral, cool and warm, but I do like that they are doing, you know, different options. So I picked up two concealers. I picked up 113 Warm in this Brightening Radiant Under Eye Concealer. That one was £3.50. And then I also picked up this Camouflage Flawless Matte Concealer in 111 Cool. And yes, that's a full coverage concealer. I get the vibes of like the Huda kind of like really thick coverage concealer, so we'll see about that one. And then I got this powder. So this is in 111 Light. This was £4. This is a Flawless Matte Finishing and Setting Powder. Today I just want to go for a matte look, so I'm going to use the setting powder. I'm going to use that Flawless Matte Coverage Concealer and the Longwear Radiant Matte Foundation, because I used a Radiant Matte Foundation from Technic the other week and it is really good and it's really cheap as well. So I'm interested to see if this is kind of like the same or similar thing. If you'd like to see like a video on the other like foundations, let me know. I've nothing planned, but you know, if there was enough people interested, I will try those out. I do have oily kind of combination skin, so obviously the matte stuff is going to work a lot better for me. But yeah, if you want to see like these other foundations, I'll give them a go. I know a lot of places in the UK are now in tier 4. I'm in tier 4 as I'm filming this, and so I can't actually get out to a Primark. But you know, I think as soon as lockdown breaks, you know, if you like this foundation, you'll be able to go out and get it. There are other places around the world that aren't in lockdown, so they might be able to, you know, find a lot of use out of this video, because Primark's sold in a lot of places around Europe, and I think they've got stores in America as well now. If anyone's wondering about my eyes today, I'm using like the Colourpop Star Wars, the Mandalorian palette. So I've used like almost every shade in this palette today. I just haven't used that like beige, and I think there's this green here, this kind of metallic green, but I've pretty much used all of the other shades and I really like it. The pigmentation's really good and I love like that kind of grungy look that I've been left with. As a side note, check out like this little cup holder that I got from New Look. How cute is that? I've just put my lip pencils in and that's like $7.99. Okay, so we are zoomed in now. I've primed my face using the NYX Angel Veil. I don't know if you have watched that video, but I bought this during one of my TK Maxx like come shop with me's. I think it was like the last one. So this was like only $3.99. So I used to use this like years ago, so I thought I would retry it. I'm using my beauty blender on one side of the face, and I'm going to use like this Primark brush on another side of the face. So I got the Primark brush out of this kit. So this was like £6 for all these brushes. And when I'm actually taking it out of the packaging, it does actually look like really small. Yeah, I think it's the right one, because I think this one's a bit too dense to be able to use as a foundation brush, because it doesn't have written on, it just has on the back what each of the brush is for. So I can't imagine this one being used for a foundation brush, so I've picked up the right one. We do have a nice like small concealer brush in there, that would be great for, you know, putting like your eye base on. So yeah, these are another option to check out if you wanted some new brushes. Okay, so I'm going to start with the brush on this side of the face first. So I'm hoping it's not going to be too dark. Yeah, it's a little bit dark for me, but it's fine. I'm not going out anywhere, so I've just got a t-shirt on today. It's, you know, it's not like I'm going to go out anywhere where somebody's going to be like, oh my god, look at your foundation. But I suppose like people on the internet do that anyway now, don't they? Like, I think they can judge you online. So yeah, let's get on to the test. Primark foundation brush side, and I definitely feel like this foundation is just really oxidized and I look like really dark because I don't feel like it's that dark in the bottle. I shouldn't really be laughing right now, but this one says, oh no, where's the sticker gone? Oh, it's on the lid. Right, okay, so this shade is 132 neutral, and I feel like I look really yellow. I don't feel like it's neutral at all. Oh my gosh, I really ballsed up picking this one out, didn't I? I must have just been so excited that there were new Primark foundations that I just raced ahead and picked out the completely wrong shade. So I've picked out the right shades in everything else. I must have just been so excited. Anyway, I'm just going to put the Beauty Blender side on now. Okay, so we have brush side and Beauty Blender side. Now I do feel like I got a smoother kind of application on the Beauty Blender side, whereas like on the brush side I kind of felt like I got a tiny bit more coverage, but it kind of just wasn't settling into the skin nice. It was just kind of sitting there. Like the Beauty Blender really pushes it in, whereas the brush was kind of just like moving it around a little bit, so I did have to go and smooth it over a little bit with the Beauty Blender afterwards. So yeah, that is how the two sides look. So we're going to go in with the concealer now. So this is the Flawless Matte Concealer. So like I said before, getting really strong Huda vibes. It's a really thick concealer. Oof, now that is not as light as I was expecting. I feel like that looks quite dark. And for like 111 Cool, I think that was the lightest shade. I don't know, I just feel like it's really dark. So I'm just gonna put this on with my Beauty Blender. So that's the concealer on, and it is very thick. It is very full coverage, I've got to give it that. But I feel like for it, I think it was the lighter shade in the collection. I feel like it was a little bit dark. Like, I wouldn't wear this concealer with my normal foundation because it just wouldn't match. It's a nice shade match for this foundation, but yeah, it could have done with being a little bit lighter, but very good coverage. So let's try out the powder now. So this is in 111 Light, £4 matte finishing and setting powder. I'm just going to put that on with a Spectrum brush. So that's the powder on. I think it's absolutely fine. It's mattified me Can't really say anything different. It's not changed the colour of the foundation because it's a very similar colour. Yeah, so to be honest, I feel like it's hard to get a powder wrong. The only things that, you know, the problems that you can get with powders is if they latch on to your like powder and really stick there. But I would say that you have more problems with that when baking, because then you're putting like excessive amounts of powder. Like, I don't often personally get like powder really clinging to my foundation. It's not really one of my issues. But yeah, I think the powder looks alright. Okay, so I have just been and done the rest of my makeup and the face is done. So I mean, I don't think it looks that bad, like once I've done everything else. Yeah, I think it looks alright. I'm looking nice and matte, but like not flat matte, which is great. Yeah, I just think like the colours are not that great. So the lipstick today I'm wearing is A La Mode, and this is by NYX. It's one of the Shout lipsticks. Somebody always asks in the comments what lipstick I'm wearing, and then I'm like, I'm really sorry, I've forgotten. So I try and mention it where I can in videos. So yeah, that is the look done. I'm going to come back in some hours. I can't say how many because it's just going to be however many I can. And then we'll see how the foundation has worn. So I'll see you in a little bit. Hey guys, the time is now 7 hours later and I'm going to take my makeup off now. So I wanted to do like a little check-in just to see how the makeup was worn. And overall, I think it's done like really well. Like everything has stayed in place. I have a little bit of bunching up around the nose, but that happens with most of my foundations, to be honest. If anything, it's the concealer that's not doing as good because it's gone quite patchy around the eyes. But the whole face, like the foundation, looks really good. Yeah, like everything's stayed in place. It's not come off. It usually comes off around my nose. Nothing's come off there. Everything like my blusher and my highlight bronzer all stayed in place, so looks really good. Yeah, I wish I'd bought like a lighter shade for this, and I would like to be able to say that this will be my summer shade, but I don't even know because I don't really tan that much. So maybe I'll be able to mix it with another foundation, make it a little bit lighter, or you know, put something that's really pale in there and mix it so it's just a little bit lighter. So yeah, I think it's quite a good foundation for £6. I would recommend you try this out. If you'd like to see the other Primark foundation, leave me like a comment just to let me know whether it's worth doing that video, and I'll leave you some videos to watch in the description box, and I will see you again shortly. Bye.